Hi friends, so for this recipe I'm doing 8 potatoes. You're going to peel them. Once they're nicely peeled and cleaned, you're going to throw them in a pot of hot boiling water and just cook until they're nice and tender, and then you're going to continue the recipe as so. Alright guys, so I lost the footage. Basically once you peel the potatoes, you're going to put them to boil in a pot. My potatoes are boiled now, so I'm going to put it into my mixer. If you guys don't have a mixer, you could just do this by hand. You're then going to start seasoning your potatoes. I'm putting in some salt. You're going to put in some butter. I'll be honest, I don't have too much measurements when it comes to this. I kind of just eye it, but you'll kind of start seeing the consistency. And then you could just start blending it. So it's going to basically look like regular mashed potatoes, right? But the whole point of this is you want to start turning it into like a harder texture. So I'm putting in some breadcrumbs in there. You're going to put 1 egg. And then you're going to start putting some flour in there. Like I mentioned, I don't have exact measurements when it comes to this. So you're going to start off with like a cup and just kind of gradually keep putting it in until you start seeing the texture becoming a little bit more kind of clay-like. I mean, like a dough. Not dough. Yeah, like dough kind of, so where you can actually work with it with your hands. And then this part is optional, but I like to put like shredded cheese in there. I'm putting like a mixture of like, what is it, like cheddar cheese, Monterey Jack cheese. So at this point, I'm not going to use the mixer no more. I'm actually just going to start doing it by hand with like my spatula thing right here. And like I said, you'll start seeing the consistency kind of like forming itself. And if you have cornstarch, put a little bit of cornstarch in there too. It helps kind of just help it form. Just mix, start getting like that foam, you can start working with your hands. Just mix. I'm gonna put a little bit of like onion powder. I'm gonna put some garlic powder. I know I said a little bit, it looks like a lot, but there's a lot of potato in here, so you wanna make sure it has a lot of flavoring, okay? And again, just keep mixing. And like I said, you could just keep putting more stuff in there till you feel the form getting a little bit easier to work with. I'm putting a little bit more breadcrumbs in there. And then just keep mixing. By the way, as you guys are doing this, you want to make sure that you have a pot going with like some oil, because we are going to deep fry these, okay? A lot of people have air fryers now, so if you have an air fryer, it's the same concept. I'd say probably spray the potato balls before you put them in the air fryer so they can have like that nice shiny crisp. All right, so if you guys have like one of these little cookie scoopers, you guys can use this. If you don't, then you can use your hand, but I'm gonna use this. And then you could just start placing them like on a wax paper so they don't stick. And I'm making mine mini, so they could be like little bite-sized pieces, because I'm feeding these to my boys as like a little appetizer. But if you want to make these bigger, you can definitely make these a lot bigger if you want, but I'll show you what these look like when they're done. So you just want to basically do this and just keep putting them down. All right, so now my oil is hot enough, so I'm just going to start grabbing them and just start putting them in the oil. Just drop them in there like that. Just go ahead and do that to all of them, okay? I'm gonna use a spoon because I don't want to have this all stuck in my hand. So yeah, basically just keep going, keep dropping them in there. They're gonna look like this as you're cooking them. Just let them sit there. You'll know they're done once they start having like a nice little golden look to it. These are not ready yet. These are still too light. Just give it a few. All right, so these are looking pretty much done. So like I said, you want them to look like a nice golden toasty brown. So I'm going to start taking these out, and you want to just put them into like another bowl with like a paper towel just to kind of grab all that oil. And then yeah, just keep repeating the same thing, and I'll show you what it looks like once it's done. I actually just got a better idea too. Instead of scooping these and putting them on that wax paper as I was doing, just scoop it and throw it right into the oil, because look, they literally fall in there perfectly. Just saves us some time. So yeah, we learned together. So this is what it's gonna look like, and you could just use whatever dipping sauce you guys want. I have some barbecue sauce there, some ketchup. already bit into one, but this is what the inside is gonna look like. They're so soft, delicious. Enjoy, guys.